Well, the International Women's Forum South Africa Hall of Fame Awards ceremony is taking place tonight, and the prestigious awards are actually open to IWFSA members as well as select invitees only. It also serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration for women, young and old, who not only excel in their fields but also open doors for the upcoming generation. Well, of course, President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to address the forum, and our reporter eNCA's Heidi Giokos is at the ceremony and joins us now live to give us this update. Heidi, good evening to you. Looking ravishing. I mean, you are the prize. You are the award, as you and I have been saying as well. It's so lovely seeing you in that space. And also, I think it's not a coincidence that President Cyril Ramaphosa expected to address a forum meant to hail women that are doing great. And this at the back of that Parliament recommendation of Koleka Kaleka, once again a woman to lead the Section 9 office.
Certainly, Tumelon, I'd be very worried if our assignments editors assigned a male to cover this story, because it's all about women this evening. It's all about women in leadership. It's a very different kind of story for me, because normally I'm out covering protests and looking all rugged. So it's been a bit of a change for me. But it's a fantastic event, a very important event, given how women are often overlooked. Women have to break more boundaries than men, and that is just the reality. But we are joined by one of the greatest women leaders in the IT space, Charmaine Houvet. Thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it. A very important event. You have definitely been at the forefront of women in leadership, especially in the IT and telecommunications space. How important is this event, and why is this event so important?
Thank you, Heidi, and it's an honor for me to be interviewed by an equally powerful woman. So International Women's Forum of South Africa, we are actually the South African chapter of the International Women's Forum, which is a global chapter, 7,800 members strong. We are in 34 different sort of regions across various continents, and one of the very powerful things that we actually act as in South Africa is to be the convening body. So we bring together women from ICT, women from media, women from engineering, and a whole host of other entities, just to be the voice of women who pay it forward and to lift as we rise. You mentioned, women are still not fully represented. ICT, there's only 26% of us who are in senior positions, and this is exactly what we, as the voice of women and the convening power across the continent, seek to change.
Fantastic, and I think it's so important that we speak about the challenges that women still face. I mean, we have just seen the appointment of a new public protector, a female in that space once again, but it's almost as though women have to work always a little bit harder to be recognized when they walk into the room, whatever sector it might be, and the significance of having the president here to understand the challenges that many women face.
Absolutely, and again, one of the things that is so powerful about the International Women's Forum of South Africa, and of course our sponsor Standard Bank, is that equally we have women on either side who are actually leading the charge. And if you look at some of the programs which we have very purposefully and intentionally led, it's about mentoring, sponsoring, and ensuring that we bring other young leaders along with us. We've got very powerful members, all very preeminent women. I just saw the AG walk past earlier. I also saw Standard Bank COO, Margaret Ninaba, walk past as well. We're also quite honored tonight. We're going to be joined by the chairperson of the Standard Bank group, Ms. Nonkululeko. Again, these women are all intentional about ensuring that they take off their time, so myself included. We actually ensuring that we've got 1,000 women that we are actually putting through a leadership course. And if I look at the 480 women that have gone through the training in partnership with Facet, who sponsored us, and Due Corporate Education, roughly 10 to 15% of them have already been promoted. And it's simply because we have been intentional about opening doors, about paying it forward, and again, because we are women who have shattered those glass ceilings, and we've also swept up all of the shards of glass on the floor. We're ensuring that they don't walk through those doors and cut themselves on battles that we very consciously fought on their behalf. So a very powerful sisterhood, a very vocal sisterhood, and of course we are honored to actually have the type of support that is here tonight with us.
That's fantastic. I mean, I just want to lastly ask about the kind of work that you do and the kind of impact that you have, especially on communities that might not have access to this kind of leadership, to this kind of mentorship. You know, the gogos, the mamas, the young women coming up that don't have these opportunities. Perhaps they're from rural areas or just don't have access to this kind of environment. That is also important because that's going to pave the way for future leaders.
Well, unfortunately, we just lost the audio there with our eNCA reporter Heidi Giokos having a conversation with Charmaine Hovey, one of the MCs actually at tonight's IWFSA Gala Dinner and event. Also expected there is President Cyril Ramaphosa, but also businesswomen like Basana Khumalo, Nolita Fakude also expected to be in attendance. And of course, quite an important evening observing and also just saluting women that are doing well and amazing things in business, but also encouraging the upcoming generation to do the same, but also offering them the same support. So once we have Heidi back, hopefully we'll, of course, get to speak to her once again and just find out exactly what's been happening and ahead of the president's address at the same prestigious event. All right.